Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji, Standard Pranam. How is everyone doing? क्यों इतना सन्नाटा है? Yeah, actually the last 2 weeks a lot of things have happened internationally also, and I feel like there is a separation of almost so many years. Sanjay Prabhu is not there for some time, and Himanshu Prabhu was not there for some time. And I was not there for some time. Yeah. So anyway, let's start the. So we have stopped at 1.10, sharp at 8 o'clock last time. So I'm standing by my word that we will again stop it by 8 o'clock. But yeah. So Bhagavadgita knowledge is so much relevant for Gurus and Matajis in this current context especially. A lot of people think Bhagavad Gita knowledge was relevant 5,000 years back, but not now. But it is very much relevant. Very much relevant. Actually, I wanted to start with the real-time this thing happening before I go to 1.11. We cracked, in fact, I was instrumental in cracking a deal for my company. And client promised that we are going ahead with the project, and 30% of the amount was supposed to be dispatched before we start the project, and we are waiting for the 30% of the amount, proposed amount to be transferred. And he said that it approved and I will transfer it, and he didn't transfer for the last 2 weeks. Still he didn't transfer. So then, though Bhagavad Gita says we should not expect a result, we should not get attached to the result, neither to the process of the result. So I was trying myself to control. अरे क्या भाई उसने promise किया अभी तक दिया नहीं, अभी तक payment किया नहीं. I was getting tempted to think in that angle that why he has not yet transferred, so that we can start the project. We already kept all the necessary resources and everything ready because he already promised that we are going ahead. We have approved it in the mail also. But the first 30% of the amount he has not yet transferred, because once he transfers, we need to start the work. All the soldiers, all the war and everything is ready. Go ahead, transfer is not done. In the last 2 weeks, I was struggling myself to control, to not, because I have given my best for cracking the deal, and we cracked also. Now I should not think much about the result, right? I was controlling, and I was trying to understand, trying to think. अरे क्या गलती है, कुछ प्रॉब्लम है तो पूछने का है ना. If there are any further doubts are there, he should ask, right? Why is he not transferring and all? But he is not answering. So I was controlling myself. So I think I was successful. I controlled. 2 weeks over, but I wanted to give 1 more week of gap. Let us see what happens. So why? Because Bhagavad Gita knowledge is really relevant for Vijay Mataji, whether it is success or failure. Worst what will happen? He might say that I am not giving the project. But he will not say it, because the credibility of a CEO, he is a CEO of a company. He said we are going ahead with the project. He should not do it. But I should not think much. So it's very much Krishna. So Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very much relevant in current days also. We should give our best, whether failure occurs, whether success occurs. It is Krishna's will. I think he is planning something good for us. Because when I cracked my first deal, when he said approved, my business sales manager till date, he never got that much big worth of value of sales. Though he was supposed to get the thing, but I got it. But it was much more worth than what he got till all the 3 years. So once he approved, he immediately given a shake hand. Congratulations, sir, you did it. But I didn't fell. Now it is a lesson for me. Now anyone says we are going ahead with the project, no one, I will say that you should not say congratulations. Only once the first payment is done, then only congratulations. So Prabhuji and Mataji. So why I am saying this example is Bhagavad Gita knowledge is very much relevant in our current society, and especially for the younger generations. Especially when they try to prepare for the exams and they give their best. What happened? What will happen to my exam? उसमें अच्छा मार्क नहीं आएंगे. लिखने से पहले सोचने का. लिखने के बाद तो ज़्यादा सोचने का नहीं. Okay, so that's how very much relevance of Bhagavad Gita in these days. Now coming to Bhagavad Gita 1.11. Mahek Mataji, Am I spelling your name right? Mehak, right? Yes. Thank you. Mehak and Rihan. Rihan? Rihan.
Still in there.
Single in there. No, right. She is more frequent. So she is more frequently coming to class. I will remember. Rihan Parag. Rajasthan captain. Rihan Parag. Okay. Rihan, I will remember. Yes. Yeah. Mehak Mataji, can you? What we'll do is Mehak Mataji will read the shloka, and two of the slokas, one Prabhuji and one Mataji, have to repeat the shloka. Okay? Fine? Yeah, Mehak Mataji, please go ahead. Yeah. You want to try? Avish, you want to try? Yeah, Mataji, someone? Abhi Mataji, you want to try? Please, try now. What will happen? No punishment. अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागम् अवस्थिता भीष्मम् एव विरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि. Repeat after me. All of you must now give full support to Grandfather Bhishma as you stand at your respective strategic points of entrance into the phalanx of the army. Okay. Who is telling this to whom? Duryodhana is telling, right? Yes, you are right. So now we need to understand that he is telling, Duryodhana is telling to the అమ్మా మనసుని నువ్వే పెట్టుకోలేదు, అందరు పెడుతున్నావు, నువ్వు పెట్టుకోలేదు, లాస్ట్ పెట్టుకుంటావా? Yeah. So the thing is, here Duryodhana is insisting that we need to give full support to Bhishma. Now here it is a politics what Duryodhana is playing. Okay, he is trying to elevate Bhishma at one end and also console Dronacharya also at another end. Now we need to understand how foolish is Duryodhana. Now his foolishness, showing his foolishness. I think all these days we have been discussing that Duryodhana is a managerially very sound candidate, very diplomatic, somewhat positive traits, right? Now give me some instances where Duryodhana's foolishness is coming out. Yeah. Tell me some instances where Duryodhana's foolishness is coming out.
One is that he did not choose Krishna to be part of his army.
Pandava's army, yes. Yes.
He tried to
Prison Krishna, yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there are a couple of instances. Now, here around the 9th or 10th day of the war, what happened was Duryodhana was having a high regard towards Bhishma, and he was doubting Bhishma's loyalty towards the kingdom. He started doubting Bhishma's loyalty towards the kingdom, and he chastised Bhishma by, you are such a great warrior, you are not able to kill even one Pandava? What is this? What is this, Anish? Why is he not able to kill one Pandava also? It's like that he instigated Bhishma. And he, after instigating, then once he instigated, Bhishma told that had this been any other guy quoting this kind of dialogue to me, I would have killed him right there, right then. But It is you I am sparing. So now then he takes another vow on 10th day. Lift your hands. What is the vow he has taken? Only 2 hands. On 10th day he has taken another vow. Mataji, ఇలా చిన్న వద్దు పై గట్టి లేకుండా. Only 3, Shivanshu Prabhu, Ashish Prabhu, Ruchi Mataji and Anuradha Mataji. Okay, only 4. Okay. Harish, you know? You should know. No, okay. Yeah, Ruchi Mataji, please.
He took the vote that he will kill everyone who will come in front of him from now onwards.
Okay.
And will be most of their army was killed after that, the Pandavas.
No, that was not the vow. That was not the vow. No, that was not the vow. That's right in a way he has been doing from day one, but that is not the vow what he has taken on the 10th day. Yeah, what is the vow Bhishma has taken? Ashish Prabhu.
He said put out 5 arrows.
Right. Now, yeah, that's the point. That's the point. On the 10th day, he takes a vow that after instigating, after a lot of provoking Bhishma by Duryodhana, then done is done. I am taking a vow. Tomorrow Pandavas are going to be killed. And then he invokes the prayers and he gets 5 arrows. These are the 5 arrows with which I am going to kill all the 5 Pandavas tomorrow, 100%. And he gets the 5 arrows and he gives 5 arrows to Duryodhana. He gives 5 arrows to Duryodhana. Keep it safe. And you know, right? When Duryodhana he keeps it safe night. Then what happens? Then what happens? Arjuna was. It was all happening in the evening, night time. It was happening. Now in the night time, Arjuna was sleeping for that, getting prepared. He was tired of the 10th day war and he was taking rest and he was sleeping peacefully. Then Krishna comes to Arjuna. And tells Arjuna to go and take those 5 arrows from Duryodhana. And what was the reason he should quote? Any idea? What was the reason Arjuna should quote to Duryodhana to give those 5 arrows back? Only Ashish Prabhu is lifting. Anuradha Mataji also lifting. Okay. Then he goes to Duryodhana in the night and says, Duryodhana, brother, I think you promised me once that I will give whatever you ask I will give you. You promised me once. When is that? There was a war happened between Gandharvas and this kingdom. In this Gandharvas war against this kingdom, Arjuna saved Duryodhana. And Duryodhana promises at that time that you whatever you saved my life, whatever you want, you ask me. Then he says that I will ask when the time comes. So then this is the time. And he goes and asks what does Duryodhana do? Yeah, Kshatriya pride, no? Once vachan jay par pran jay par vachan na jay. So that pride was left in him, so he gives the arrows back to Arjuna. Next day, war ready, everything ready, and Duryodhana was hiding. Bhishma, hey, where is Duryodhana? Please bring him to me. I will finish the Pandavas today. But he could not come, and finally he comes. Then Bhishma asks, where are the arrows? No, Bhishma Pitama, I have given those arrows to Pandavas. Then Bhishma says that actually all this conversation happened between you and me. Are you still not seeing the hand of the Supreme Lord? Please stop the war. Please stop the war. But what does Duryodhana say? No way. He wants the war. So he continues. So we need to understand Krishna. This is again a proof that Krishna being Paramatma in each and every one. He knows each and whatever. And in the Bhagavadgita, in the upcoming slokas, it will come that whatever the activities you do, there are around 20 to 23 witnesses around you. Whatever the activity, materially you might be alone at some point, doing some nonsense. But there is Krishna, there are Panchabhutas, there are all those elements which are witness for you, for the act what you are doing, whether it is good or whether it is bad. Of course, in our material language, whatever the IPC, Indian Penal Code sections and laws and the section 302, section 320 and all these laws are less in front of the laws made by God or nature. Okay? So that's what is again a proof that Krishna is there within everyone as Paramatma. He is watching everyone as Paramatma. Okay? And so that is the reason why he is called as Murk Duryodhan. One more reason for calling him as Murk Duryodhan. Now, purport. Duryodhana, after, this is the purport by His Grace, His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Purport. Duryodhana, after praising the prowess of Bhishma, further considered that others might think that they had been considered less important. So, in his usual diplomatic way, he tried to adjust the situation in the above words. He emphasized that Bhishma Deva was undoubtedly the greatest hero, but he was an old man, so everyone must especially think of his protection from all sides. So Prabhuji said, Mataji, we need to know, always though Duryodhana, Bhishma was at side of Kauravas, always Duryodhana has had a doubt that Bhishma is having a soft corner towards Pandavas. Okay? He might become engaged in the fight and the enemy might take advantage of his full engagement on one side. Therefore, it was important that other heroes not leave their strategic positions and allow the enemy to break the phalanx. Duryodhana clearly felt that the victory of Kurus depended on the presence of Bhishma Dev. He was confident of the full support of Bhishma Dev and Dronacharya in the battle because he well knew that they don't even speak a word when Arjuna's wife Draupadi, in her helpless condition, had appealed to them for justice while she was being forced to appear naked in the presence of all the great generals in the assembly. Although he knew that the two generals had some sort of affection for the Pandavas, he hoped that these generals would now completely give it up as they had done during the gambling performances. Additional explanations from Parampara. Duryodhana is saying, therefore, all of you, Drona and others, have to be careful. For this purpose only, he tells them, divide yourself among all the phalanx entrances. Don't leave your assigned areas in the battle. In this way, Bhishma will not be killed from behind while fighting the enemy. Right now, Bhishma's strength is our very life. So the war, Kauravas army's war is very much, I don't know how to say, dependent. Like in cricket match, Sachin, at one time, India cricket team was called as Sachin Tendulkar solo performer. Only Sachin Tendulkar out means India is out. That was the situation in 90s, early 90s and all, right? So something like that. So he was the Sachin Tendulkar of this team. Okay. Duryodhana is concerned about the age of Bhishma and is thinking he might lose his focus by getting tired. So he is asking the warriors to protect him. What was the age of Bhishma? I think already we discussed last session, right? What was the age of Bhishma when the war was going on? Guesses? Anuradha Mataji? Guess? 100? No. 80. 400. Approximately 400 years old he was. Yes. Okay. Duryodhana is also conveying everyone respectfully that they have a role to play and they all should also fight under the direction of Bhishma. Now, 1.12. Now, it is a, 1.12 is signs of Pandavas' victory. There, even before the war started, there were signs of victory for Pandavas. That this war would be won by Pandavas. There are already signs of the victory. Now, Mehak Mataji, please, can you do the honors? Manaswini, you want to try? Shloka, you will try? Okay. Please.
तस्य संजयं हर्षं कुरुवन्दा पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योचै शङ्खं ददमौ प्रतापवान्.
Sita Mataji, try చేస్తారా? కనపట్లేదా? ఓకే. స్వర్ణ Mataji, try చేస్తారా? కనపట్లేదా? క్లాస్ వస్తే ఓకే. तस्य संजनयं हर्षं कुरु वृद्धा पितामहः सिंहनादं विनोद्योच्चै शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान्. Repeat after me. Then Bhishma, the great valiant grandsire of the Kuru dynasty, the grandfather of the fighters, blew his conch shell very loudly, making a sound like the roar of a lion, giving Duryodhana joy. Now, you need to understand, for example, Ruchi Mataji and our Meena Mataji, both of them are discussing something serious. Some important discussion they are doing. And suddenly Swarna Mataji comes, okay, that's enough, come. If she says, you are discussing something important matter, and Swarna Mataji comes, okay, that's enough, you come, let's go. If she says like that, will you be hurt or not?
If they are talking while you are talking, we want to.
No, I am not talking. I am nowhere in their picture. They are independently in the bark. They are discussing some serious matter. I don't know what matter it is, but something serious matter. They are discussing, and suddenly Swarna Mataji comes. That's enough. Come, chalo, we'll go.
Wait, then Swarna Mataji also to be part in the discussion.
Okay. I think you are too. Thanks. I think I should not. Okay. Sarna Mata is not your friend. Some unknown person has come. Chal, Elandi. Bas ho gaya, chalo. Some unknown person is saying. Then. Disturb.
Why? Honestly.
So you get this. So now here the scenario is, though Duryodhana is trying. What happened? So Duryodhana is trying his best to convince or appreciate Bhishma, or trying to play his diplomatic skills. अरे सुरभि माता जी आपने क्या कर दिया? हैंड गीला कर दिया आपने इसका. Okay, yeah. So here he was speaking to Dronacharya. He is speaking to Dronacharya, all in the process to make Bhishma soothing, or probably solacing Bhishma and Dronacharya, and lot of things he was trying to play his diplomatic skills. But in front of Bhishma, it is all nonsense. It's all we know that they are going to win because Krishna is their side. What this nonsense diplomatic things he is doing like that, to stop all this, we have come for some purpose here, let us do this. So like this, he starts the war with blowing a conch shell. So that's what is being said here. So before this, Duryodhana was speaking to Drona, and how. So Acharya has explained that Bhishma doesn't want this conversation, though Duryodhana was going ahead. Mataji, that's okay, Mataji. Yeah, so though Duryodhana was continuing with his diplomatic ways of convincing or soothing or making comfortable both of them, but already Bhishma has seen lot of these things, but Bhishma was not in a mood to continue this conversation by Duryodhana at all, and it was indirectly, it was an insult. After he blew a conch shell, it was indirectly insult to Duryodhana that stop Baba, बहुत हो गया तेरा diplomacy. अब चल वार के लिए आया, वार करते हैं. It's kind of like this. So they are discussing, and suddenly he disturbs with a conch shell. Sarcastic way, बस तेरा diplomacy मैंने बहुत देख लिया. Diplomacy देख के 400 साल बीत गए, ऐसा diplomacy बहुत से देखे हैं मैंने. अब काफी है, तो वो वार के लिए आया ना, let us do war. So like that, he blows a conch shell, announcing to start the war. Okay. Now, purport to His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada, the grandson of the Kuru dynasty could understand the inner meaning of the heart of his grandson Duryodhana, and out of his natural compassion for him, he tried to cheer him by blowing his conch shell very loudly, befitting his position as a lion. indirectly by the symbolism of the consul, he informed his depressed grandson Duryodhana that he had no chance of victory in the battle because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. But still, it was his duty to conduct the fight and no pains would be spared in that connection. Additional examples from Parampara. Bhishma indicates the following 5 things to Duryodhana by his consul blowing. What are those 5 things? First one is blown out of natural compassion for grandson Duryodhana. Natural compassion for grandson Duryodhana. Second, to cheer the fearful heart of Duryodhana. Because already he is fearful. Duryodhana was fearful. To give him some boost, he blew that consul. Third one is befitting his position as a lion. He is a Simha. He is a lion. He is a lion of the Kuru dynasty. Fourth one, to assure that no pains would be spared in his duty to fight. Fifth, indirectly by the symbolism of consul, he informed his depressed grandson that he has no chance of victory because the Supreme Lord Krishna was on the other side. Bhishma could see the diplomatic game that Duryodhana was trying to play with everyone. So he interrupted the conversation between Duryodhana and Drona by blowing the consul. Drona would have felt offended if anyone else other than Bhishma would have interrupted by not allowing him to answer to the statements of Duryodhana. Drona feels the same pain and perspective as Bhishma, so he did not see anything wrong. So Dronacharya also didn't feel, had this act of, as Mataji was mentioning, Meena Mataji was mentioning, since her friend only asked, she never felt she would have invited her to their discussion. But here Drona also, since his friend only or friend like only with the same thought process only interrupted, he never felt that someone has interrupted the conversation between him and Duryodhana. Duryodhana also did not feel bad that he was interrupted, so he felt all his efforts to encourage Bhishma and others for fructifying. He was overwhelmed to see Bhishma going ahead and starting the war with a loud blow. He also felt, for a momentary thing, he felt bad, but he was feeling good that, yeah, the starting has been done by Bhishma Dev, not me. Yeah. Now, 1.13. Now, yeah, Mehak Mataji, please. Himanshu Prabhu.
तथा संकाष्ट भेदश्च पदवाक्य गोमक्क सहस्रैव भया सशब्दास्तुल्यो भवत्
ततः संकश्च भेर्यश्च पनवानका गोमुखा सुहासैवाभ्यं हहन्यन्ता सशब्दस्तु बुलो भवत्या Sahasaiva Bhaya. Here it is there. Yeah. Word for word, if you read, that will be more easy for you. Sahasa eva abhyaha anyanta. No. Abhyaha anyanta. Sa shabda tumula abhavat. Yes. Yeah. Repeat after me. After that, the conchs, drums, bugles, trumpets, and horns were all suddenly sounded, and the combined sound was tumultuous. Now, where is Sai? Huh? In class? Cricket class? Match, okay, fine. Now, Avish, how loud you can say Hare Krishna? Gattiga Hare Krishna? No, Gattiga, no, with full capacity.
Why are you feeling shy?
Hey, why are you feeling shy to say Hare Krishna? Adarsh, with fullest voice, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Now, with only one person, this much voice is coming. Now, both of you, no need to say the entire Maha Mantra, only say Hare Krishna loudly. Both of you. You don't want to. Hare Krishna only.
Hare Krishna.
Bas. Only one person that must sound. Now let us say everyone only Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna! Now 64 crore soldiers. Imagine in the war field 64 crore soldiers at a time blowing conch shells, drums, bugles, trumpets and horns. How that sound effect would be? Huh? Approximately.
37
11 plus 7. 18 extra one is. How much? Do the calculation.
I remember everything.
64 lakhs. 64 lakhs, okay. 64 lakhs. Now 64 lakhs soldiers all together saying the same. Now coming to the count, we will discuss probably. Now that is not the topic. Okay. Now why I told I did this activity just to imagine only we few of them sounding. I surely some neighborhood they might be asking what happened. Some calls might Ashok Prabhu or Meena Mataji might get. Engineering పెద్ద క్యాక్ అనబడింది ఇందాక అంటారేమో. Okay. So that was the sound. That's the reason he is saying tumultuous. Now, additional examples from Parampara. The purpose of the shloka beginning with the word tataha is simply to express that both sides displayed their enthusiasm for war immediately thereafter. Here, Panavaha, Anakaha and Gomukha refer to the small drum, mridanga and various horns and trumpets respectively. So in Sanskrit that is the advantage. We are having each and every word for each instrument. Warriors in those days would not be scared of death while they enter the war. It was a time for celebration as they would die fighting for virtue and attain heavenly planets. Actually, the consciousness was like that during those days. Consciousness of the soldiers who are going was like that. During those times. Even now also if you see especially soldiers, Bharat Mata, Bharat ke liye main mar raha hu, main shaheed, whoever dies or gets killed or dies in the war, they called as shaheed. We will not say that they died. वो मर गए नहीं बोलते हैं, शहीद हो गए बोलते हैं. Right? It's like it's a great pride they take in going into war. So it's the same thing. What is referring to? Everyone were waiting for Bhishma to blow the conch, and everyone immediately followed the sound with all musical instruments. It is a depiction of culture in which war was fought in a sporting spirit in olden times. Everyone considered honor more important than their lives, so they were waiting to exhibit their skills in the war field. There are rituals which stimulate the mood of the event, and everyone were performing their rituals to encourage everyone for the war. There are rituals in every walk of life, just not in devotional practices. We should understand the purpose behind rituals, as that way we will understand their contribution. 1.14. Nayak Mataji, please go ahead. Try now. ततः श्वेतैर्हयर्युक्ते महती स्यान्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यै शङ्खौ प्रदात्मकौ. On the other side, yeah, repeat after me. On the other side, both Lord Krishna and Arjuna, stationed on a great chariot, drawn by white horses, sounded their transcendental conch shells. Now, tell me, I think everyone knows, right? The chariot of which was used by Arjuna and Krishna was driven by white horses, right? How many horses? 4? Huh? Okay. Now tell me, who gifted these horses to Arjuna? Question.
Guessing sun god.
Huh? Sun god gifted? No. No. Huh? Anyway, yeah, the 5 horses were gifted. The horses were gifted by Chitraratha. Chitraratha is a king of Gandharvas. King of Gandharvas. He gifted those 5 horses. And who has gifted the chariot? Agnidev. Agnidev has gifted the chariot. Okay. So now,
In the time of war, or just before?
just before the war started, they have gifted these things. Okay. Now, we need to understand here. Recently in one cricket match, you know, right? They take a review when someone is out. So when someone was out, bowler in anxiety, he has taken a review. Without, generally the rule is, I don't know how much you know cricket, Matajis especially. Generally, captain has to take the review. If bowler feels that batsman is out, bowler has to inform captain to take a review. Take a review. Now, what happened? Bowler has taken a review and umpire has given a review also, without even consulting captain. I don't know where it happened.
IPL.
I don't know where. I don't know. It's about the point. Anyway, the point is not cricket here. The point is so, and you know, when the review was, bowler has taken a review and umpire even didn't see the captain and he has given the review. Taken the review. Then captain became furious. How come you take the review without consulting me? And there is an on-field fight actually. On-field fight between captain and the fielder that why are you taking review without my consent? Oh, it's not like that here. Actually, commander-in-chief, who is the commander-in-chief at Pandava side? Drishtadyumna. So he was supposed to blow the conch shell. In Kaurava's army, it was Bhishma. He blew the conch shell first. Now, ideally Drishtadyumna is supposed to blow the conch shell. But here, Krishna and Arjuna have blown their conch shell. And Drishtadyumna had no regrets because they know that Krishna is Supreme God and God is doing it. Well, who am I? There is no ill feelings or no regrets or no hard feelings at all. So we need to understand that. Now, perfect. In contrast to the conch shell blown by Bhishma Deva, the conch shells in the hands of Krishna and Arjuna are described as transcendental. Why? Why they are described as transcendental? Okay.
The sound coming out
No, you are referring to the name of the conch shell used by Krishna, that is Panchajanya. Panchajanya is not the elements here. Panchajanya is the conch shell gifted by a demon. Panchajanya. Okay. Anyway, so the question what I asked, why it is called transcendental? Because why it is called transcendental? It is said that when Bhishma blew the conch shell, only it was heard in the army, in the war premises. But when Arjuna and Krishna blew the conch shell, it is said that it is heard in the Shanti. ఏమవుతుంది అక్కడ తర్వాత చూసుకోవచ్చు కదా. Is it really urgent? Something we need to do now? Offering, okay, fine. Yeah. So when the conch shell were blown by both Arjuna and Krishna, why it is saying transcendental is when they blew the conch shell, it was heard in the entire Brahmanda, all the 14 planetary systems, it was heard. And even the demigods heard the blowing of conch shell by Krishna and Arjuna. That is why it is called transcendental. But when Bhishma Dev blew, it was only limited to the army there. So transcendental, when we say, what is the meaning of transcendental in a simple word? Beyond space and beyond time. That is the meaning of transcendental. Beyond space and beyond time. Okay? So the sounding of the transcendental conch shells indicated that there was no hope of victory for the other side because Krishna was on the side of Pandavas. Jayastu Pandu Putranam Yesham Pakshe Janardanaha. Victory is always with persons like the sons of Pandu because Lord Krishna is associated with them. And whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there because the goddess of fortune never lives alone without her husband. Therefore, victory and fortune were awaiting Arjuna as indicated by the transcendental sound produced by the conch shell of Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Besides that, the chariot on which both friends were seated had been donated by Agni, the fire god, to Arjuna, and this indicated that this chariot was capable of conquering all sides wherever it was drawn over the three worlds. It is said in the war, after the war was over, for the 18 days war, the chariot of Krishna and Arjuna was hit by lot of weapons, lot of arrows and all. At the end of the war, and Krishna was holding it actually. Though with the weaponry used, normal chariot it would have been broken, but Krishna was holding everything together. And once the war was over on the 18th day, it seemed that the entire chariot collapsed on the 18th day. So, yeah, I think already told, right? Who gave anyway? What is the conscious name of Krishna? Panchajanya. Panchajanya was given by Demon. I already told. Now, how Krishna got that Panchajanya?
When he went to his
1 minute. 1 minute. Lift your hands.
When I meet
When he met, why he met Panchajanya? That is the question. why he met Panchajanya? For what? Fight only for what? For what fight? Actually, that's a pastime where, who is his guru? Krishna's guru? Sandipan Muni. Sandipan Muni's son was died. So, Sandipan Muni's wife was lamenting, my kid would have been there, it would have been very nice had my kid had been there. So he goes to the Patala Lokas. There is a specific loka in the hellish planets where Krishna goes there and fights with this demon and gets his son back.
His son was already in Soul, because from there he goes to Yamraj, and Yamraj gives
Yes. Yeah, again that's a trajectory is cut short, I told. Yeah. So additional examples from Parampara. In 18.78, Bhagavadgita it is said, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno, Yatra Pardho Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhutir, Dhruvanidhir Madhir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Who quotes this?
Sanjay.
Krishna will not tell about himself, no? Okay? Yeah, Lord Krishna is the real hero. But look at his humble entry in Bhagavad Gita. In fact, our hero has not yet entered actually. We are still in the अभी क्या बोलते हैं हीरो एंट्री के पहले थोड़ा ट्रेलर में थोड़ा फर्स्ट 5-10 मिनट्स तेरा थोड़ा इंट्रोडक्शन बनाना है ना. So that's happening. Even Krishna has not opened up yet. So Lord Krishna is the real hero, but look at his humble entry in the Bhagavad Gita. He is just entering like an ordinary charioteer in the battlefield. That is supreme personality of Godhead. Compare it to a mundane hero's entry in movies. So even though Dushtadumna was the commander-in-chief of Pandavas, it's interesting to see that Lord Krishna and Arjuna started the war by blowing their conches. It shows how everyone in the Pandava army considered Arjuna to be the supreme warrior and Lord Krishna as the supreme lord. 1.15. Yeah. Panchajanyam Hrishikesho Devadattam Dhananjaya Paundram Dadmau Mahashankam Bhimakarma Vrukodara. Right? Yeah, repeat after me. Lord Krishna blew his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna blew his the Devadatta. And Bhima, the voracious eater and performer of Herculean tasks, blew his terrific conch shell called Poundra. Yeah. So now, see, you need to understand, in Sanskrit, the names used, it might be a single person. But according to the situation, the name is tagged. Here, If you see, Panchajanyam Hrishikesho. Who is Hrishikesho here? Krishna. Why is this? What does the Hrishikesha mean?
Controller of all the senses.
Controller of all the senses. Now, how it is relevant here? How is relevant here?
Bringing everyone's attention to the sounds of the function.
Now this sloka is quoted by who? Sanjay. Now, when he is quoting this, why he used Hrishikesha for Krishna is now onwards he is going to control the senses of Arjuna, because he knows he is going to come up with the questions and he is going to control the senses of Arjuna and he is going to answer them intact. So that is the reason why it is the term Hrishikesho is used for here for Krishna. Similarly, sometimes in this entire Bhagavad-Gita, Krishna would be addressing Arjuna as Partha. Why? Because we need to understand that there is a term used for each and every personality depending on the situation. He could have used Arjuna. Why is he using Partha? Tell me. Why? To stress some point. What is that point? Now here Hrishikesha, the point I already said, because he will be controlling the senses. That's why you are using Hrishikesha. Now Partha, he is calling Partha. Why Partha? Huh? That's right. Ruchi Mataji is right. Because Kunti is nothing but Prita. So Partha. So he is indirectly indicating your mother is a devotee of me. So like your mother, you also please get aligned with me. Indirectly. Partha. Okay. So we need to understand that like this you will be coming across lot of indirect names or synonyms of each and every warrior in this Bhagavad Gita. Not every warrior, mainly Arjuna and Krishna. Okay? Yeah. So now indirectly is so actually there is one session by one of the senior devotees have given one session where he is actually says each and every word of representing not only in Bhagavad Gita but also in Bhagavatam or any other scriptures. For Supreme Lord there are multiple names. In each and every shloka there might be one name associated with the Supreme Lord, and why only that specific name is given. Lakshmi Kanta, Lakshmi's husband, Madhusudana, who killed Madhu. It's like that. But the same thing, this can't be given to any other normal people, right? Only it is given to Krishna. I don't think it is given to any other demigod, probably Lord Shiva, Ashutosh. Lord Shiva also have some names. But mainly for Supreme Lord Krishna, there are multiple names like that, depending on the situation. Think about our normal names. Huh? It's very difficult to imagine. So, Purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki. Lord Krishna is referred to as Hrishikesha in this verse because he is the owner of all senses. The living entities are part and parcel of him, and therefore the senses of the living entities are also part and parcel of his senses. The impersonalists cannot account for the senses of the living entities, and therefore they are always anxious to describe all living entities as senseless or impersonal. The Lord situated in the heart of all the living entities, all the human beings, directs their senses, but he directs in terms of the surrender of the living entity. And in the case of pure devotee, he directly controls the senses. I repeat this point, listen to this carefully. The Lord situated in the hearts of all living entities, not this, from here. But the Lord directs in terms of the surrender of the living entity in the case of pure devotee. And in the case of pure devotee, he directly controls the senses. Here, the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Lord directly controls the transcendental senses of Arjuna, and thus his particular name of Hrishikesha. The Lord has different names according to his different activities. For example, his name is Madhusudana because he killed the demon named Madhu. His name is Govinda because he gives pleasure to cows and to the senses. His name is Vasudeva because he appeared as son of Vasudeva. His name is Devaki Nandana because he accepted Devaki as his mother. His name is Yashoda Nandana because he awarded his childhood pastimes to Yashoda at Vrindavana. His name is Parthasarathi because he worked as a charioteer of his friend Arjuna. His name is Rishikesha because he gave direction to Arjuna on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Arjuna is referred to as Dhananjaya in this verse because here again for Arjuna we are referring to it as Dhananjaya. Why? Because he helped his elder brother in fetching wealth when it was required by the king to make expenditure for different sacrifices. Similarly, the Bhima is known as Vrukodara because he could eat as voraciously as he could perform Herculean tasks such as killing the demon Hidimba. So the particular types of conches blown by the different personalities on the side of Pandavas. Beginning with the lords were all very encouraging to the fighting soldiers. On the other side, there are no such credits, nor the presence of Lord Krishna, the supreme director, nor that of the goddess of Arjun. So they were predestined to lose the battle, and that was the message announced by the sounds of conches. Now, the point is, Bhima. What is the specialty of Bhima? Do you know? Actually, Kunti Maharani had a separate meeting with Draupadi. Separate meeting. After marriage, keeping Pandavas aside, they had one-to-one Atta model meeting. They had. Saas or Bahu. Saas Bahu meeting chal raha hai. Now, Kunti Maharani told, whatever you cook for Pandavas, how much share should go to Bhima? 50%, yes. 50%. So 50%. Vrukodara was given. So 50% share has to be given to Bhima, whatever she cooks. Okay? Additional examples from Parampara. Arjuna's position was unique. Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead, had agreed to become his charioteer. Agni, the fire god, donated his chariot. Chitraratha, the chief of the Gandharvas, had given him his beautiful white horses. Indra, his father, had given him his conch shell and quiver. Panchajanya, again, same thing already we told. After completing his education in the ashrama of his Guru, Sri Krishna requested his Guru and his wife to accept some Guru Dakshina. As their Guru Dakshina, they asked that their son, who had drowned in the ocean, be returned to them alive and well. Inquiring from Varuna, the presiding deity of the ocean, Sri Krishna discovered that his Guru's son had been swallowed by ocean-dwelling asura named Panchajanya. However, after killing Panchajanya, Sri Krishna did not find the boy inside his belly. From there, Sri Krishna went to Mahakalapuri, brought back his Guru's son and presented the boy to his Guru as Dakshina. Since Sri Krishna accepted the external limb, the shell from the body of Asura Panchajanya as his conch, it is known as Panchajanya. That is the story behind the conch shell. Bhima's conch shell, Poundram, was the big size as he was. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? I mean, Bhima having a conch shell equal to his size. I really doubt how he would have blown also. Yeah. The Bhima referred as Bhima conch shell Poundram was the same size as he was. Bhima is referred as Vrukodara. Actually, it means a wolf, as wolf is voracious eater. So Vrukodara means wolf. When Kunti was once patting, in fact, Bhima sitting along with Maharaj Pandu on a mountain cliff, on hearing a lion's roar, she in shock dropped Bhima. When Kunti was patting, in fact, Bhima sitting along with Maharaj Pandu on mountain cliff, on hearing a lion's roar, she in shock dropped Bhima. When they went down to see how badly Bhima was injured, they saw the whole big stone on which Bhima fell was powdered. And Bhima was nicely playing on it. So that is the strength of Bhima.
Also after Kunti she was able to carry Bhima.
Yeah. Kunti's instruction to Draupadi about serving 50% food cooked in kitchen to Bhima, it just made them both laugh. Bhima was one warrior who did maximum damage to Kauravas by killing all the 100 sons of Dhritarashtra. So we need to understand, Prabhuji Mataji here, these names, when the names of these things are given, conch shell, a name is given. Conch shell, a name is given. Rath also name is given. Flute also name is given. And even the Krishna wears garland. What is the name of the garland? Vajayanti. Yes. I think there are, again in garlands also there are multiple types of garlands what Krishna wears. For each and every garland there is a name. Now you might be thinking, what are these names? Are we giving names to this projector? Probably, I don't know, Chitrapuri. But you know, Prabhuji and Mataji, we are having a personal connection actually. We need to develop that consciousness. I mean, when we wanted to, when we are trying to be serious in spiritual life, we need to be seeing things or seeing. When I say this dialogue, you know, the more evolved you are, I mean, when you are more evolved in your spiritual life, when it says the more evolved you are means when you are more evolved spiritually, the more you treat things as personalities. Very deep meaning is there.
Things such as
When you evolve more in spirituality, the more you treat things as personalities. For example, project is there. I will not treat it as a separate equipment which is giving some service to me. I will treat it as my friend. In the initial,
Obviously, but when we start treating them as personalities, are we not indirectly telling our mind to get attached to material things?
no, when you are using in service, for example, this particular thing is there, thing is there, which I am using for the service of Krishna. Indirectly, it is also serving, right? Though it is a material object, unconscious object, but I am using it in the service of Krishna. So attachment, what attachment I have, since I am leveraging this particular equipment for my Krishna's service, actually, you know, this particular laptop, initial days, way back in 2019, yes, 2019 I got this laptop, 2019-20 I got this Apple Mac laptop, and the only intention of purchasing this laptop was only to use for preaching service only. That was the only purpose. Now with the advent of 2020 COVID coming, my kids started using this for online classes, which I was against. Now I can't be attached. I was planning to have only Krishna consciousness and all. I can't do that. But when we are using any things in service of Krishna, it makes sense. So when I say the more evolved you are, the more spiritually evolved you are, then the more you treat things as personalities. Now these days, you know, after 1 to 2 years of this thing, earlier I used to keep this projector in my dicky, in my backside dicky. Now for the last two years I am carrying this projector, and I am keeping it in the separate seat, front seat. I mean, it's not that I am great here. I am just trying to say it is serving as much we are trying to serve also. Had this not been there, it would not have been that much impactful, right? How much it is serving? How much screen is there? We should, the more when we spiritually involve, then that's why we say no, when we go to river also, but Ganga Devi, Surya Namaskar karte hain. So a lot of free go, right? They go into the river and they do Surya. There is no person. Why they do Namaskar? Because they are spiritually elevated and they see things also as personalities. Agni Dev, Surya Dev, Varuna Dev. We see the personalities. As we spiritually grow, we should see personalities in things also which are serving Krishna. In our Goshala, Vaishnava Seva Kunj, Goshala, Niram Prabhu, Goshala, where you get the Desi cow milk, what you get, right? I think most of you get the Desi cow milk, right? You get, right? All the Gomatas there, they have names. All Gomatas names. Especially for one particular, Ekadasi or Narsimha Chaturdashi, one calf was born. We named him Narsimha Dev. Subhadra, one Surabhi, one Yashoda. Yashoda is very like motherly only, Prabhu. You go near, it will not say. And when you hug for a lot of time, that Yashoda Gomata, she cries actually. I have seen that personally. And those two kids, I mean, one calf was there. I don't know whether you have seen my DP or not. One calf was trying to chew my dhoti. That calf is nothing but son of Yashoda. Yashoda Mai. Cow, Gomata. So Prabhuji and Maharajas, and our material education is not teaching that. Now our material education is completely reverse. Now this particular statement is for the people, and these are again a scale for you whether you are spiritually evolving or not. When you are spiritually evolving, you will see things as personalities. Things as personalities. Now the reverse, the materialistic people, they The more evolved you are materially, you see personalities as things. Literally, you use huh?
You use
You use the
the person.
person. Earlier, there's a dialogue, right? Earlier, things were used and relations were built. Now, people are used and things are given value. To be precise, value was given to the people and things were used to increase the value of the people. Now, what has happened is we are giving value to the things and using people. That's what has happened. And it is happening and it is rampant at this moment. If you clearly see. And so, satsang is the place where we need to see that we should evolve spiritually. So, confidence in God. The Pandavas were placed in so many distressing conditions, but they never faltered. They never asked Krishna, "My dear Krishna, you are our friend. Why are we undergoing so many severe difficulties?" They were confident that in spite of all these difficulties, we shall come out victorious because Krishna is there. This confidence is called Sharanagati, surrender. Can we have that surrender? Despite difficulties. How many of you can you lift your hands? Any kind of difficulties. Can we confident? Yes. If you are really, and Prabhuji and Mataji, make a note. Again, it's not a negative statement. Everyone will face this situation. Everyone has to face this situation in their life. No doubt about it. That's where this Sangha, devotees, spirituality comes into as a helping hand to you. Now, when bad things happen in life, it is either for rectification or glorification. When bad things happen in life, it is either for rectification, purification, and glorification. Right? Am I right? Now, rectification, for whom the rectification happens? Come on, lift your hands. There are three categories, right? There are three categories: rectification, purification, and glorification. The rectification, to whom it happens? For ourselves, okay. Other person, rectification for ourselves, purification, glorification.
Rather, it is for ourselves, it is glorification. Rectification for other person.
What for this?
All the three are for ourselves only, because we are also having a lot of problem in ourselves due to which we are not able to grow spiritually.
Yeah.
So rectification, whatever we are going, like I am in anger or I am jealous of anything, someone. So I have to be rectified so that I can grow to more upward.
Yes.
Spiritually.
Yeah. In a way, Mataji is right, but let me try to divide this things. He told rectification, purification, and glorification. Rectification happens to the sinners. To the sinners who are not interested in spirituality or who are not God conscious and who don't care actually. Rectification is for sinners. Purification is for the neophyte devotees who have started their journey. For them it is purification, and the glorification when bad things happen. And glorification is for the pure devotees. Pure devotees, Prabhuji and Mataji. Glorification is for the pure devotees. Why? Kunti Mataji, despite all those things, she requested Krishna, you give us more problems so that we will never forget you. Can we demand such kind of a request? Yes, can we demand such kind of request? Please, Nana, give me troubles. No, right? But there Kunti Maharani is asking, please give me trouble so that I will remember you always. Okay. So again I repeat, rectification is for the sinners. When bad things happen, that is for the rectification of sinners. And when bad things happen, for neophyte devotees or the new devotees who are trying to be serious in spiritual path, for them purification happens through wife, through husband, through kids, through sas, through in-laws, through anyone. And managers. Glorification happens to the pure devotees. Bhakti Raghav Swami Maharaj. one leg was gone when he was trying to save the deities of the Lord when dacoits attacked, and he was trying to save the deities of the Lord. His leg was chopped off by the dacoits, but he never left Krishna. Like that, there are a lot of devotees, lot of pure devotees are there who have sacrificed their lives for spreading Krishna consciousness. Okay, so that's how it is now. 16 to 18. 16 to 18. अनंत विजयं राजा कुन्तिपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषा मणिपुष्पकौ कस्याश्च परमेश्वरः शिखण्डी च महारथा दृष्टद्युम्नो विराटश्च सत्यकी च प्रजात्या द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयश्च सर्वसा पृथ्वीपते सौभद्रा च महाबाहो शङ्खान्धधमक पृथक् पृथक्. Okay. Translation says, King Yudhishthira, the son of Kunti, blew his conch shell, the Ananta Vijaya, and Nakula and Sahadeva blew their conch shells, the Sughosha and Manipushpaka. That great archer, the king of Kashi, the great fighter Shikhandi, Drushtadumna, Virata, and the unconquerable Satyaki, Drupada, the sons of Draupadi, and others, O king, such as the mighty armed son of Subhadra, all blew their respective conch shells. Purport. Sanjaya informed King Dhritarashtra were very tactfully that his unwise policy of deceiving the sons of Pandu and endeavouring to enthrone his own sons on the seat of the kingdom was not very laudable. The signs already clearly indicated that the whole Kuru dynasty would be killed in that great big battle, beginning with the grandsire Bhishma down to the grandsons like Abhimanyu and others, including kings from many states of the world. All were present there and all were doomed. The whole catastrophe was due to the king Dhritarashtra because he encouraged the policy followed by his sons. Additional examples from Parampara. Aparajita means one who cannot be defeated by anyone or one who is adorned with a bow. In these verses, only those whose conscience are named survived the battle of Kurukshetra. Okay. In these verses, only those whose conscience are named survived the battle of Kurukshetra. Satyaki, whose conscience was not named, was the only warrior to survive. Satyaki therefore is described as unconquerable. Sanjaya very tactfully informed King Dhritarashtra of the following points through all the above mentioned verses. His unwise policy of deceiving the sons of Pandu and endeavouring to enthrone his own sons was not very laudable. Second, all the signs indicate that the whole Kuru dynasty would be killed. From the grandsire Bhishma to the grandson Abhimanyu and all the kings of all states were doomed. And Dhritarashtra was the cause of the whole catastrophe because he encouraged the policy followed by his sons. Prithvi Pate means one who ruled the whole planet, which again shows that there was one emperor 5000 years ago. Prithvi Pate, there was only one king 5000 years back. Now, these are the names.
Guruji, Drishtadumna,
Huh.
was he not killed in the war?
That's why his name is mentioned, no? The great archer, the king of Kashi, the great. That's why Drushtadumna's so conscience was not mentioned. That's why he was killed.
He was not mentioned.
Even in the purport it is said that whoever conscience are not mentioned, they were killed except for Satyaki. Okay.
Satyaki was part of the Kauravas.
No, Pandavas. Yes. Okay. Now regarding flags, I think everyone knows, right? Who was there on the flag of on the chariot of Arjuna's chariot? Hanuman flag was there, and Duryodhana flag. Snake. Yes. Bhishma flag. Thunder. Bhishma's flag was Taladhvaja, palm tree and 5 stars. Drona, Vedi Dhvaja, golden altar, Kamandalu and bow. Kripacharya, Vrishabhadhvaja, bull. Karna, Hastikashaya, a chain of elephants. Duryodhana, Sarpadhvaja, cobra. These were the names. Okay. Next, 1.19. Yeah, Mayank Mataji, please go ahead. सघोषाधार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यधारयात् नाभश्च पृथिवीं चैव तुमुलोभ्यामुनन्दयान्. The blowing of these different conches became uproarious, vibrating both in the sky and on the earth. It shattered the hearts of sons of Dhritarashtra. Okay. Actually, coming to the point of, I was discussing about things, right? Things to be treated as personalities when you grow spiritually. Actually, my Guru Maharaj, Radhana Swami Maharaj, he was doing some sacrifice, and some wood was required to put in the fire, Agni Kund. Now some devotees were there, and his disciples were there, and one devotee was saying that throw the wood in the fire. Throw the wood in the fire. Fire should be increased. Throw the wood in. Is it a right statement? Now, second statement. Another devotee told. What did he told? Place the wood in the fire. Place the wood in the fire. Wrong. And after listening to these two statements, my Guru Maharaj said, feed the fire. Feed the fire. So we are not disrespecting even the wood there. You getting me? So that when we say they are Diksha Gurus, it's not for no reason they have become a Diksha Guru, Prabhuji and Mataji. They are really very great souls, very, very great souls. All the Diksha Gurus in the Parampara system, they are very great because they have come across or crossed this kind of things. They are able to clearly differentiate what is Ahuti Vanta. Agniki Ahuti Vanta. Telugu Ahuti. That's what the feed the fire. Feed the fire means same thing. Okay? So the blowing of these conches became vibrating both in the sky and on that he shattered the hearts of sons of Rati. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki. When Bhishma and others on the side of Duryodhana blew their respective conches, there was no heartbreaking on the part of Pandavas. Such occurrences are not mentioned, but in this particular verse it is mentioned that the hearts of the sons of Dhritarashtra were shattered by the sounds of vibrated by the Pandavas party. This is due to the Pandavas and their confidence in Lord Krishna. One who takes shelter of the Supreme Lord has nothing to fear even in the midst of the greatest calamity. Greatest calamity. That is the greatness. Okay. Now, additional examples from Parampara. Point to focus. There is no heartbreaking on the side of Pandavas because of Pandavas and their confidence in Lord Krishna. Practical application. This shows that one who takes shelter of Supreme Lord has nothing to fear even in the midst of greatest calamity. Has anyone experienced something like this? In the greatest calamity? Anyone wanted to share? Huh? Not exposed to greatest calamity. No, actually there might be some things. Krishna really, even you are not Krishna conscious. After coming to Krishna consciousness, I have realized that even before coming to KC, Krishna was saving. Krishna was saving, literally. I didn't realize before coming to KC. But after coming to KC, I realized that even before KC itself, Krishna was saving me with lot of things. Lot of things actually. Can you imagine a fast lorry was going, lorry with almost 10 to 12 wheels, right, going, and a person who was going by a bike adjacent to that lorry, he was also going fast, this bike wala was also going fast, and suddenly a car overtook the bike, and while overtaking, he hit the bike, and the bike wala gone from that lorry, speeding lorry, between the tires, from this tire from to that tire and went there and hit the tree and he was fine. Can you believe that person can be fined? Who is that person? Yes. It was me. And one more thing, there was a cylinder. Cylinder was there. Again, Prabhuji said, Mataji, it's not a glorification of Mahesh here. It's a glorification of Krishna because, and I'm not a devotee. Even without being a devotee, he helps actually. And once a fire was there, a cylinder was, some problem was there, and from cylinder, big fire came. Big fire came. There were 3 rooms. All the people came out, and being a passionate person, I went alone, and it was under fire. A simple thing is that notch which was there in the cylinder, we need to switch off. We need to simply switch off. And after seeing the big fire going, touching the walls, everyone came out. But I went and simply switched off. It came down. Now, if I had been left, it would have blown also. Brave no. Krishna giving intelligence to go, and it would have been negative also. It would have been negative also, right? Ravi Kumar Pasupati is my friend. He is working in Accenture right now. He still, even till today, it happened in 2002. Huh? No, he's in Accenture. In Accenture, he's a vertical service delivery manager. Even today, he asks, how in the world you got an idea to go inside? So, Prabhuji and Mataji, that's what we say, Even the greatest calamity, when Krishna, without being a devotee himself, Krishna takes care. And if you are a devotee, what to think of? So, whatever you do, you should do. Practical application. Before the war, Duryodhana sent Uluka, the son of Shakuni, to insult Pandavas with the most piercing words. He repeated all the tortures that Kauravas did on Pandavas. All the boldness of Kauravas got shattered the moment they heard the tumulo conscience of Pandavas. Actually, at that time, it was an act, they say, before actually go, in Telugu there is a statement, Rachakotanam. Mundu actually fight kotte mundu, Rachakotalanamata. Actually, it was there, some game was there, even the villages, even till today they play it. Before actually getting into an act of fighting, they first actually ill-treat or disrespect each other, lot of things, so that they'll get the passion out. And then after entire thing, then they will come to fight. And even if you see cockfights also, they try to give something and sledging, whatever sledging or whatever. So they do it, then they are allowed to fight, right? Yeah. So, how is the juice? Yeah. The word Hriday is used for 2 reasons. In material conversation, it represents the physical heart, but when it is used in spiritual literatures, it means the emotional balance. Here the Kauravas' Hriday was affected, and here in the conscience of Pandavas. So, basically the point is, they were affected. That is the point. Now, 1.20. Yeah. Mac Mataji, please do the honors. Really, your meter is very nice, man. Mataji? How? Huh? Because you chant? I mean, all the shlokas you read using the same meter, or there is a meter change for every shloka? All the shlokas same meter, or there are some shlokas which with different meters also? Some different meters also. अधा व्यवस्थितं दृष्ट्वा धार्तारष्टतां कविध्वजा प्रवृत्ते शास्त्र संपाते धनुरुद्यम्य पांडवा ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यम् इदम् आहा महीपते. At that time Arjuna, the son of Pandu, seated in the chariot, bearing the flag marked with Hanuman, took up his bow
up his bow
and prepared to shoot his arrows.
prepared to shoot his arrows.
O king, after looking at the sons of Dhritarashtra, drawn in military array, Arjuna then spoke to Lord Krishna these words. Yes. Now, actually, it's going to start, but we are going to end. Purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki. The battle was just about to begin. It is. If we purport also, we try to repeat, it will not end. The battle was just about to begin. It is understood from the above statement that the sons of Dhritarashtra were more or less disheartened by the unexpected arrangement of military force by the Pandavas, who were guided by the direct instructions of Lord Krishna on the battlefield. The emblem of Hanuman on the flag of Arjuna is another sign of victory because Hanuman cooperated with Lord Rama in the battle between Rama and Ravana, and Lord Rama emerged victorious. Now both Rama and Hanuman were present at the chariot of Arjuna to help him. Lord Krishna is Rama himself, and wherever Lord Rama is, his eternal servitor Hanuman and his eternal consort Sita, the goddess of fortune, are present. Therefore, Arjuna had no cause to fear any enemies whatsoever, and above all, the Lord of the senses, Lord Krishna, was personally present to give him direction. Thus, all good counsel was available to Arjuna in the matter of executing the battle. In such auspicious conditions arranged by the Lord for his eternal devotee lay the signs of assured victory. Additional examples. Additional examples from Parampara. Kshatriyas came from all over the world to fight. They had faith that dying on the battlefield would gain them entrance into the heavenly planets. All the world kings have come. All the world. Kapidhvaja. Kapi means, what is Kapi means? Monkey. Hanuman. Kapidhvaja is the name for Arjuna that denotes the presence of mighty Hanuman on the flag of his chariot. Hanuman offered Bhima the following blessings near Badrikashram, high in the Himalayas. I shall also remain present on the flag of your brother Arjuna. Bhima and Hanuman are brothers in a way. Yes or no?
Yes.
Why? How? Pavan Putra, yes. On the flag of your brother Arjuna. When you roar like a lion on the battlefield, my voice will join with yours to strike terror in the hearts of your enemies. You will be victorious and you will regain kingdom. Now, for example, Arjuna says Akraman. Then that Akraman would be sounding like 10,000 times to people saying Akraman with the Hanuman present on the flag. Getting it right? That intensity will be increasing more.
That's Arjuna's voice or Bhima's voice?
No, that's what he's saying. He's saying that I shall also remain present on the flag of your brother Arjuna. Your brother Arjuna, when you roar like lion on the battlefield, my voice will join with yours to strike a terror in the army. Is Bhima's voice. You will be victorious and you will regain kingdom. Hanuman offered this benediction to Arjuna also on the bank of a river earlier. Arjuna built a bridge to show Hanuman that he could have built it for Lord Rama during Ramayana war. Hanumanji challenged the strength of the bridge and later found out that Lord Krishna was standing below the bridge of arrows in the form of Lord Rama and was saving the bridge. Both Hanumanji and Arjuna apologized. Lord Krishna instructed Hanumanji to support Arjuna by becoming a flag and giving protection in war. Okay, so that's how it is. I think this is the last slide. I know 2 minutes is there. Okay, we'll close this. Summary 1.12 to 1.20. Sanjaya tactfully informed Dhritarashtra about his hopelessness plans to win by giving the following indications and signs. Signs of victory of Pandavas. 9 points. 1. Krishna's personal presence confirms victory. Supreme Personality of Godhead is the chariot. Jayastu Pandu Putranam Yesham. Krishna has, as Hrishikesha, directly controls the senses of pure devotee. Second, goddess of fortune. Whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there. She never leaves without her husband. Therefore, all fortune is guaranteed. అందుకనే వరలక్ష్మి వ్రతం ఒకటే కాదు చేయాల్సింది. I personally seen some devotees who do only Lakshmi Devi Vratam, only Varalakshmi Vratam. No. Satyanarayana Vratam. Do together. Now don't have only dabbe gavar. That's why Lakshmi Mata, Lakshmi is called, goddess Lakshmi is called Chanchala. She can't stay for long. Okay? Venue. Kurukshetra is a holy place. It's a Dharma Kshetra. So wherever Dharma is there, it will win. So that's the third reason. Fourth, Hanumanji on Arjuna's flag. Hanumanji also helped Lord Rama in gaining victory. Symbol of Vishnu. Conscience is a symbol of Vishnu. This is indirectly indicated by Bhishma and Pandava's conscience. Transcendental conscience. Krishna and Arjuna's conscience mentioned as Divya, transcendental, because when they blowed, all the entire 14 planetary systems heard it. Bhishma's conscience to pacify Duryodhana. Agni Deva's chariot given to Arjuna, it was capable of conquering all directions. Shattering of hearts. Conscience of Pandavas shattered Kaurava's hearts. Pandavas' hearts not shattered because of confidence in Krishna. Okay, I am done. Exact it. Okay, any questions?